Okay, now let's go through Children of Morrigan questline. If he won't be killed, alright. I'd like to know more.
Very wise. Edgar, please take our guest to a safe place. I'm pleased you're with us, hatchling. This is Luth, your new superior. From now on, he'll be assigning the tasks you need to complete the rise within our ranks. If you do well, we'll meet again soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must tend to our Pictish guest.
No voice acting. Before I do anything, I want to know more about children. I thought Children of Morrigan worked with bandits. What exactly does your organization do? Who is Morrigan? What about the worship of Morrigan? I want to know who am I serving. What do you mean by vermin? What is that place? Any advice? I'll be going. He wants me to go there. At the same tower as the other guy.
What's that noise?
Bandit Journal.
You're back. How are things going?
I got the bandits and a journal. It may interest you.
Looks like the little bird is starting to grow its feathers. Let me take a look at that. Interesting. So, in the horns of the south, there's still a guy named Froth. He's not the sharpest, but he thinks outside the box. With the right push, he could be useful to us. He'll never be a child, but the role of a mole would suit him just fine. Have a chat with him. Drop a hint here and there. Plant the seed. We'll handle the rest later.
You want an inside man in the fortress?
Knowledge is power. Or something like that. We've always had trouble infiltrating what goes on inside the keep. Now, given the turmoil that prevails in the south, it would be good to be a few moves ahead of the rest.
There is something we have to talk about.
What are you up to?
You have been chosen. The children of Morrigan want you to be their informant.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you know.
I don't know what I was thinking. Their leader reached out to me one night. Said Morrigan had brought us together. They told me a split was coming. The end of times. And the elites are pushing towards a total annihilation. Now that I think about it, it all sounds nuts. Good thing you took care of them. I'll be your informant. I'll do it for Avalon.
You're back, and something tells me that the matter has been handled. Excellent.
What next?
Eager to get to work, aren't you? There's a boy, name of Abram. He fell in with the children a while back. I want you to personally see if he fits in with our lovely flock. If you decide that he doesn't, well, make sure he vanishes. For good. You understand? Perfect. Fly off and have a chat with our young friend.
Are there doubts about Abrin's loyalty?
Not at the moment, but we're not sure if the boy will crack under pressure. Or worse. Let's just say, he's given us a few reasons to wonder if we rushed into accepting him.
Why should I kill Abrin if he seems unfit?
Because we can't afford weakness or uncertainty in our ranks. And by that point, he'll know too much. But he's a big boy. He knew exactly what he was getting into. When you're done, either ask him or search what's left of him. Unfortunately, he knows about our next meeting spot.
Okay, he's in Kunacht. Oh. Can I tell this guy that I'm a warden now?
Getting restless.
No. Too bad.
Go.
Can I check if this guy reacts to me being a warden?
Don't let your guard down.
No. Well. Let's take this. Red Death, let's take more lament stacks at the start of the combat. And travel.
Hey, are you with the guild too? I'm waiting on someone from the guild. You know which guild. And if you don't know, well, I might just have to kill you.
May Morrigan's wings shield us from enemy eyes.
Ha! I knew it! I just knew you were with the children. Are you here to give me my assignment? Luth said someone would be coming soon with my first task. My first task! I can't wait!
You're Abrin?
Yeah, that's me. Edgar's brother. You've heard of him, right? He's already a fledgling. He's the one who convinced me to join the guild, and I can't wait to get started. He told me the first tasks aren't too bad. You know, delivering messages, eavesdropping, that kind of thing. And I really hope so, because, to be honest, I get a little queasy at the sight of blood. But I'm sure I'll toughen up soon enough. So, do you have a task for me?
Tell me why you want to join Children of Morrigan.
I never really thought about it, to be honest. I guess I was a little jealous of my brother. He's doing so well. He's got food in his belly, decent clothes, and people actually respect him. These days, that's about as good as it gets. That's why I want to join.
You're very energetic.
My brother always says I speak without thinking, and one day it's going to get me killed. But that's just who I am, you know? When I'm excited about something, I can't hold it in, or it feels like I'll burst.
Sorry, kid. You're not cut out for the guild, and you know too much.
So, what does that mean? You're throwing me out before I even got the chance to prove myself? That's not fair! Let me prove myself! Wait, this is the test, isn't it? I'm supposed to kill you right now, right? That makes sense. Let's fight!
What's that supposed to mean? I thought we were here to fight.
We don't need to anymore. You've finished your task. The real test was to see if your heart was too soft. We need people who follow orders, not those who put random strangers ahead of the commander's word. Loyalty is everything to the Children of Morrigan.
So I don't have to kill you?
I'd rather you didn't. I've got more important things to do for our guild. And you've proven you can fight well enough. You might actually beat me, and then where would we be? He'll be waiting for you near Morrigan's Hollow. Here, I'll mark it on your map. May Morrigan's wings shield you from enemy eyes.
Please don't explode. He says he'll mark it, but he doesn't. So, but it's there. So maybe he marks it if you haven't discovered it. But there's no quest marker that leads you there. That's what I mean.
It takes more than just ambition to fly. You've got what it takes. You've surprised me, Birdie. And as it seems, not just me. Self will be waiting for you inside. From now on, you answer to them. Congratulations and good luck.
You're no longer my superior.
So it seems. You're climbing up, Birdie. Truly impressive. Even I didn't gain favor so quickly. But I trust Self. If the crows see something in you, they are right about it.
What is this place?
We call it the Morrigan's Hollow, our dwelling in Kunot. The passage only opens for those who carry the sigil I gave you. You'll be able to stock up on supplies, rest, or hide if things get too heated outside.
What if the sigil falls into the wrong hands?
That doesn't happen. Crow sigils know their owner. If they end up in the wrong hands, they turn into worthless stone.
Is there anything I should know about Self?
Nothing that can help you. You managed well with me. Perhaps you'll manage just as well from here on.
Could you tell me something about yourself now?
I have no tales to share, buddy. I'm absolutely uninteresting. But I'm touched that you asked. Really. Alright, enough chatter. Don't keep Self waiting too long. From what I hear, there's some plans for you. Break a wing and take care. I like you. Don't ruin that.
There you are, my little hatchling. I hear you've been working hard. That makes me glad. I had a good feeling about you, and I do love being proven right.
So your name is Self? Why?
Why not? If a name defines us, then I am all I need to be.
Any story behind the name?
Does there always need to be a story? My name is my own. That's all there is to it.
Care to elaborate?
No.
What's my next task?
Eager, aren't you? Just don't let that eagerness turn into recklessness. Some children get a little too fond of blood, and then we have to clip their wings. I do have another task, but I'm afraid it's not a job I can give to a mere hatchling.
I can handle it.
I know you can. You've shown that you're ruthless, driven, and cunning when it counts. It would insult both you and Morrigan to keep treating you like a chick begging for worms. No, it's time you took flight. Congratulations. From now on, you're a fledgling. Make us proud.
Thank you. It's an honor.
It is. I'm glad you understand that. Most hatchlings don't live to see this day.
What does being a fledgling entail?
First, from now on, you answer only to me and the other crows. Any hatchlings we send your way are yours to command. If you decide they're not fit for the guild, it's up to you to take care of them. As for your tasks, how you handle them is your business. I don't care about the methods, only the results. The rest, we'll see how you do.
So my task?
Your next assignment is of utmost importance to all the children of Morrigan. That includes you now, so I trust you'll approach it with even greater diligence than any task you've been given so far. A while ago, we lost contact with one of the seers. What makes this even more troubling is that he was in possession of the head of Morrigan. I doubt he's still alive, so I need you to find his body and, most importantly, recover the head of Morrigan. And of course, eliminate anyone who dared to touch it.
Why are you so sure he's dead?
Because every seer tasked with guarding the head pledges an oath to protect it with their life. And death is the only acceptable reason to stop reporting its whereabouts.
When you say head of Morrigan, do you mean?
A severed head. Preserved, of course. It is hundreds of years old, after all.
And is it really Morrigan's?
In a way. According to the seers, it belonged to one of the Morrigan's avatars. A human she deemed worthy to serve as her vessel for a time. When the vessel's purpose was fulfilled, Morrigan commanded the children to sever its head so it could forever serve her clerics in spreading her will. Now you see why it must be treated with the utmost care and respect.
Does it do anything?
You'd have to ask the seers about that, though it's not likely they'd tell you. They keep their secrets closely guarded and only speak to the crows. But who knows? Morrigan willing, you may one day have the chance to pester them with your questions. I, for one, am looking forward to it.
I'll bring you the head of Morrigan back.
See that you do. I've marked the seer's last known location on your map. Oh, and if he really is dead, there's likely to be a complication. You see, the seers are very protective of their secrets, even after death. His corpse will probably be guarded by a banshee, and banshees don't distinguish between friend and foe. But I'm confident you'll manage. Now go. May Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
Who are the seers?
The clerics of Morrigan. They are the most devoted among the children and the ones closest to her. Their role is to ensure that our actions align with Morrigan's will. Without the seers, we'd be nothing more than a band of murderers, killing indiscriminately for no purpose. That's not who the children are, and it's not who we can ever become.
Let's see those new items. This one is critical damage 33, attack speed 33. Critical chance 5. Sneak damage 20. Physical attacks regenerate stamina. Sneak damage. Crit chance, nothing. Nothing. Crit chance by 10, decreases noise by 15. Sneak damage. And that's the old stuff. Charged by spending 2 of max mana. Consume stored mana, making your spells free to cast for 5 seconds. Wait, was this the cave I couldn't go in before? It was. Now I can. Nice. Okay. Cool. Which hole do I choose? Ice Tongue Spear. Attacks have 20% chance to apply slow for 2 seconds. Morrigan's head. More lament stacks. Here's the head.
Thank you. I'll take it to the Seers so they can finally stop panicking. You've done well. I'm glad you had decided to become one of us. Killing you would have been such a terrible waste. Now your next task will be a bit different. It will require a certain level of discretion on your part.
Does it mean I won't have to kill anyone?
I didn't say that. Although this time, that would be the preferable outcome, yes.
I'm listening.
There's a hatchling who was entrusted with a rather delicate mission. His name is Vin. We sent him to Connacht to get close to Legate Denholm. The problem is, he stopped sending reports, even though we know for certain he's still alive.
That sounds like an important task to be given to a hatchling.
Let's just say Vin is uniquely suited to the job. The poor boy needs a father figure in his life. And Denholm, well, he has his own regretful past. You'll have an occasion to help build a happy family. A rather inspiring task, don't you think?
Should I dispose of him?
No. Vin must continue his mission. You see, Legate Denholm is a strong candidate for becoming a Knight of the Round Table. But he has his own mundane concerns. He regrets not having an heir to carry on his name. He regrets quite a lot, as you'll discover. Vin was supposed to position himself as the son Denholm always wanted. The son he could still have, provided he formally adopts one. We want this to happen, and it is your responsibility to ensure that it does.
Maybe Vin just doesn't want to be Denholm's son.
What Vin wants is of little importance, and he should be well aware of that. Besides, he'll be spending the rest of his life in luxury. I really don't see what the problem might be.
It will be done.
See that it is. I'm counting on you. Go, fly to Connacht, and may Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
Nice to see you.
Sorry, I've got no time for chatting. I'm handling something important for Legate Denholm.
Self sends their regards.
You're with the children. Shit! Fuck! Listen, please don't kill me. I can explain. I've been working on it, I swear. Things were going smoothly, but there's a problem. I think Legate Denholm might actually be my father.
Why do you think so?
I caught him giving me this strange look once, so I asked if something was wrong. He said he used to have a son but lost him young. Said the kid would be at my age now. So I asked how it happened, and Denholm told me. The weirdness got them. Swallowed their entire village. I wasn't with them. And that's exactly what happened to me. Except I survived because my mum told me to run before the weirdness came.
How old were you?
I was 6. I don't remember much. Just my mum looking terrified and telling me to run to the town, promising she'd be right behind me. I ran until my legs gave out. Stopped only when I reached the gates. That's when I realized she'd lied. She never followed me. I spent years on the streets after that, until the children found me.
It's the story like hundreds of others on Avalon. You're not special.
But it all lines up. Denholm's local, just like me. If I could remember where my village was, I bet we'd find something to prove it.
Denholm being your father doesn't sound like a problem.
But it is. I swore to myself that if I ever found that bastard, I'd kill him. I don't even remember having a father. It was always just me and Mum. He probably got what he wanted from her and left.
You don't know it was like that.
Fine. Maybe he didn't. But he still wasn't there when she needed him the most. And now the children say he's a candidate for a knight. What a joke! What kind of knight abandons his son and the mother of his child to be killed by weird beasts? He doesn't deserve any of it.
Have you talked to him about it?
Of course not. What could he even say? Sorry wouldn't cut it. And that's only if he regrets anything. Honestly, I don't think I could talk to him without wanting to kill him. And shit. I really wanted to succeed in this mission. The children gave me a home after he left us with nothing. But if it's really him, I can't go into this blind. Not knowing would eat me alive.
I can try to find out if you're really his son.
You do that, and you tell me the truth. No matter what it is.
I will.
Thanks. That means a lot to me. And I know you could have just killed me, so I'm grateful you didn't.
Why did Camelot choose to send you to Connacht?
They thought it might be easier for me to connect with the locals, since, technically, I'm one of them. I used to live in a village nearby, but the weirdness swallowed it up, along with my wife and son.
How did you manage to survive?
I wasn't there. I was busy trying to make a name for myself in the army. I rarely came home. I kept telling myself that once I'd earned a decent position, we'd start a new life in Camelot. My son, he barely knew me, but you know how it is. I thought there'd be more time, that there'd always be a future for us. Well, I was wrong. I wasn't even there to bury them. By the time I found out, it was too late.
Where are they buried?
My friends told me they buried them in a crypt near the town. I haven't even had the chance to visit since I got here. Not that I could. After the weirdness and the Red Death swept through the village, I've heard horrible stories of what happened to the people who decided to stay.
I could clear out the crypt for you.
You would do that? Thank you. I wasn't expecting this. But I'll try to prepare a reward for you if you manage to do this. The crypt was locked down after the outbreak, but being Camelot's legate has its perks. Here are the keys that will open the entrance. I'll await your return.
Help a soul out on you.
Summon Camelot Spearman. Child Skeleton.
Spare a coin for the old.
If I just stay put.
I saw your family grave, but your son's body wasn't there.
You... what? Why? And you think... what? That my son might still be alive? I don't know whether to thank you or run you through for meddling with my family's grave. But if what you're saying is true, then there might still be hope. And maybe you're not wrong. You've given me a lot to think about. I'll await.
You're back. You You know something, don't you?
You were right. Denholm is your father. I found your mother's grave.
I bloody knew it! That bastard! He's going to pay for what he's done. Thank you. And tell Self I'm sorry.
You getting tired yet?
Oh no.
I'll await your
That's him. Okay, I'll give Vin the skull. I need to see Self's
Help the
reaction.
soul out on you.
Vin is dead. I'm sorry.
So he is. When you join the Children of Morrigan, we become your only family. The only grudges worth pursuing are ours. Vin forgot that. It's a bit of a setback, but perhaps it's for the best. We can't afford to have such forgetful people in our ranks. What's done is done. I won't hold it against you. Much. But enough of this. I must say, my fledgling, you've surpassed my expectations. So much so that I believe it's time for the next step of your fledging. I want you to make your way to the Forlorn Swords. High in the mountains there, you'll find a very particular nest. All you need to do is fall asleep.
Oh. What will happen then?
Well, that's for you to find out, isn't it? I can't tell you more than that.
You can't or you won't.
Both.
And I just need to sleep?
Yes. Don't worry. We will see each other again. Now fly, my fledgling. Sweet dreams.
Sure. But let's give Vin the skull.
You're back.
He's not your father. See? This was in his family grave.
But I was so sure. Shit! Damn, I almost got myself killed over this. How could I be so stupid? Am I even cut out for this mission? I nearly ruined everything.
You know, you might still find your real father if you continue the mission.
You're right. Though I guess there are plenty of bastards like him in Camelot. But with us, the children there, they'll all pay sooner or later. I just can't let myself forget who my true family is anymore. Thank you. Tell Self that success is close. I'll make sure I make you proud. All of you.
Then I'll tell you that your son is alive.
But if what you're...
There you
Hello?
go. Enjoy. You two have fun. I'm gone. Before I go, let's put all of this here. Vin will continue his mission.
Oh, I know. A little bird told me he'd already taken the final step. I'm sure there were plenty of fake tears and trembling lips. Vin is quite good at that. It would have been a waste to see such talent squandered on his petty grudge. He needn't have worried. Denholm will pay one day. They all will.
Will you ever tell Vin the truth?
Maybe. When he's older and has learned the value of patience. I've nothing against a bit of old-fashioned revenge, but everything has its time and place. He needs to see the bigger picture first. That's when you understand there are outcomes far sweeter than death. But enough of this. I must say, my fledgling, you've surpassed my expectations. So much so that I believe it's time for the next step of your fledging. I want you to make your way to the Forlorn Swords. High in the mountains there, you'll find a very particular nest. All you...
We heard this.
Well, that's for you to find. Now...
We heard all of this. So let's go. Sweet dreams. Okay, back on the sword. This is really cool.
So beautiful. So full of talent. I really understand why Self decided that your life should take a turn.
Yes, you're quite appetizing, but you're not here for compliments.
Who are you two?
Who are we, dear sympathy?
Who are we, dear trickster?
No one's special. Bit like you, guest.
Don't say that. We have meaning after all. Once we were crows. My companion walked the path of self. I followed the path of war. I thought I was destined to serve as a priest in the name of Bad.
Plans change.
Plans do change indeed.
Tell me more about Self.
Incredible. You won't see Self in action. No one ever does. Self is that good.
Stop it. I'm getting jealous.
Tell me about War.
The High Priest of Bad, one of the most distinguished to ever hold the title. He taught me many things, including that a child of Morrigan can exist without a body. Thanks to his teachings, Trickster and I were able to survive.
You give him far too much credit.
Why did you end up in a place like this?
We botched the task entrusted to us.
But we also showed creativity. We transferred our essence to this place.
Morrigan decided we were quite the spectacle. She allowed us to continue existing, but only here.
Without a physical, tangible form, we observed the outside world through the many pairs of crow eyes it offers us.
Where am I?
In the House of Madness.
Stop saying such nonsense, Trickster. This is a place, dear fledgling, that was once home to Morrigan herself. She let in a little light and allowed us to dwell here. Since then, we've taken to hosting talented fledglings, or Morrigan's favorites. Those who, for some reason, were meant to find their way into the void.
Favourites? Makes you wonder why war hasn't visited us in so long.
What do I have to do?
You'll shed unnecessary baggage.
A bond that needs to be severed.
In other words, you'll butcher someone. Or be the butchered one.
Don't worry, I think you'll manage. Luth is probably eager to meet you too. He's surely full of pride.
Yes. We've kept him here quite long enough. He might be getting bored.
Only if our guest has no more questions.
Luth? Why do I have to kill him?
Did you know that young cuckoos sometimes push other chicks out of the nest? For a moment, you'll become just like that cuckoo.
This will help you grow up a little.
What if I don't want to fight Luth?
Oh dear. I think even Luth would be disappointed. He was expecting an exciting fight.
Me too.
I don't have any more questions. I'll be going.
Yes, a fight.
Finally, something interesting.
I'll keep my wings crossed.
Why do we have to fight? So we're fighting because I'm rising in hierarchy? They trapped you here? Who are those two I spoke to before? I'm glad that we did Vidar's side first, because that gave us more insight about two sides of the Children of Morrigan. If we must fight, then let's fight.
So you've returned. Did you have a nice nap? Was the company to your liking?
It was entertaining.
I'm glad to see you're fitting in so well, even among our most unique company. I personally am very fond of Sympathy and Trickster. There's something admirable in the way they cling to existence. Sometimes I wonder if they do it purely out of spite. I hated every second of it. Sympathy and Trickster are an acquired taste, to be sure, but they serve as a lesson in what it truly means to be a child of Morrigan. Even in failure, even in death, we can still have our uses.
Do you have any more tasks for me?
Me? Not as such. What I do have for you is a meeting. Perhaps the most important one of your life. You are to meet with War, the High Priest of Badb. The rest will be in his hands. The rest will be in his hands, and most importantly, in yours. That is all I can tell you. Now go, my fledgling, and may Morrigan's wings shield you from enemy eyes.
When I fought Vidar, his name was also War. Yeah, and we fought here. Oh. And yeah, same tattoos, same face. Uh-huh. And I can't stop crouching. I am stuck in a crouch position. I'll just reload.
Welcome, child of Morrigan. Now you stand before her presence, ready to receive the highest honor.
You seem familiar, Vidar?
I went by that name once, yes. Now, you see me as the embodiment of war, one of the three holy aspects of the goddess Morrigan. Ask your questions, child, before the time comes to fulfill our goddess's will.
Why did you deceive me?
You stand before the goddess of war, death, and destruction, and you're surprised that I used deception to test your dedication. I thought your time with the children would have taught you that the ends justify the means. My purpose has always been to recruit only the most worthy followers.
What if I had killed Self and the other children?
Then you would have proven they were unworthy. If a hatchling could overcome a crow and its fledglings, then they weren't fit to serve Morrigan. You would have purged all ranks, and I would have found new devotees. It wouldn't be the first time a high priest took such measures.
Self sent me here for my next task.
What do you take me for, child? A mercenary commander. Serving Morrigan is no common duty. It's a calling you feel, or don't. And only the most faithful may stand before Morrigan's presence.
My actions prove my faith.
Your actions are meaningless if the Corax hasn't revealed itself to you. The Corax is Morrigan's herald, a promise of liberation. The Corax's appearance is a sign that it's time for the children to step from the shadows and declare their dominion over Avalon. And I know the Corax favors you most often. Such is Morrigan's will.
You want children to reveal themselves and take control of the island?
Precisely. For too long, we've lurked in the shadows, preventing Morrigan from claiming her rightful throne among the gods. We've ruled Avalon for centuries, guiding its fate according to our goddess's will. So why shouldn't we openly claim what's already ours? Imagine it, child. All united under Morrigan's banner. A supreme goddess who cares for her followers, unlike the absent All-Mother. We'll bring peace on all terms, with Morrigan's blessing.
How do I know what's Morrigan's will?
Indeed, I have faith, but no certainty. And since it's you who has the honor of witnessing the Corax, I'll send you as an emissary before our goddess. It seems she has chosen you for this communion, and I humbly accept her will. Find out what our goddess requires of us, and I will ensure her will becomes law.
So I'm to meet Morrigan's Corax where?
I've seen it in a vision. The nest. Where your meeting will take place. Listen well, for her words are sacred. And return swiftly to bring me her will. May Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
Back to the nest. Hey, Birdie from the beginning of the game.
I called, and here he is. The king, torn to shreds, pieced back together.
What do you want from me? Do you know who I am?
I know you well, Arthur. You play with me, slip through my grasp. I close my claws around you and clutch at nothing. You cling to life. It amuses me. But in the end, you will lose, like all the rest. Sooner or later, you will be mine.
What do you want from me?
Decide. The paths of self. Whispers in the shadows. Wings gliding silently on the wind. Crow eyes. Watching. Patient. Or the path of war. The wild screech. An open assault. Beaks and claws. Blood.
If I choose one, what happens to the other?
They die by your hand. Their paths cannot merge, like day and night, like breath and scream. One must yield to the other.
Does it matter which path I take?
You ask a crow what it prefers? Warm blood or cold carrion? The crow feeds on what fate delivers. All will fall into my claws when the time comes.
I choose path of self. Your children should remain in the shadows.
So be it. Walk the path of silence. The wind will carry your whispers. The enemy will not see you. War will not sense your blade. Bury it deep in his back.
Speak. What is the will of the goddess?
First I'm gonna choose war. And then switch to self and continue with self. Your decision is sound. Let Morrigan children rule the world.
Then self's blood shall adorn the goddess's altar. You will see that it does. Now go forth and fulfill Morrigan's will. My crow.
They do not care. Looks like that's it. I just get her outfit. That's it seems. Okay. Let's choose self this time. Or maybe the choice actually matters at the crow, not at war. Morrigan does not permit the children to reveal themselves. I must kill you.
What is this? You dare lie to the High Priest to fulfill Self's traitorous will? I see through you. You blaspheme. For Morrigan's will has always been to seize dominion over the world, and I cannot be mistaken in interpreting her signs.
You're right. This is my decision. Morrigan allowed me to make it.
You... How dare you? How dare you defy the will of the priest, mere fledgling? Let Morrigan drink your blood.
You did splendidly, my crow. Tell me, did you truly speak with Morrigan?
Yes, she allowed me to decide as I see fit.
That's surprisingly reassuring, I must admit. Honestly, I thought Morrigan was more of a myth than an actual goddess guiding us. I'm almost envious, Crow. I can't recall anyone in the history of the children who's spoken with a goddess face to face.
What happens now?
I will guide the children of Morrigan in the way we've always known. In the shadows that protect us. In the shadows, we are safe. We can focus on what truly matters. Building security and creating stability in these chaotic, unpredictable times. And I suggest you do the same. Act with wisdom and prudence in your decisions, so that you may forever remain a child of Morrigan. And remember, you'll always have a place here from now on. May Morrigan's wings forever shield us from prying eyes. Somehow, that sounds truer now.
There we go. So these items 50-50, 15-50, 30, 20-30. You get some of these really early on the other path. And now, I think we're gonna attend the moot. I think it's time. Regarding the moot.
Yes? Who have you managed to convince?
Everyone. Swine tribe.
This pleases me greatly. The Svein are the finest scouts this land has ever known. Their skills will be invaluable in the war, and in shaping Avalon afterward. Allow me, in return for your effort and intervention, to return this piece of armor to you. It will improve your chances in the trials of the King's threat.
Really? Elder Yngvi.
How did you manage to convince the Twyde tribe? They've always kept to themselves, no matter the hardships we faced. You've done the impossible, and I want to give you an artifact the Twyde tribe once guarded. Here, a part to the King's armor they were tasked with guarding. It will aid you as you face the challenges of the King's threat.
Angsvar.
Could it be that the Volker have uncovered the truth about Mother? Unbelievable. Of all the tribes, I thought the Volker would be the least likely to show. Take these pieces of the King's armor, once guarded by the Volker. A gift in return for the help you gave them. May they serve you well in the King's threat.
Stroner.
You have no idea how glad I am that the threat of Tryggve has passed, and that they've managed to appoint a new chieftain. The members of the Ulfred tribe are always the first to fight. Their strength and endurance are unmatched. Without them, we could forget about any real war effort, especially against Camelot. So, allow me to offer you a gift in thanks for aiding their tribe. A unique piece of our King's armor,
forged by Uthra himself, the very forefather they take their name from. Go now, my king, and reclaim your crown. All the tribes can do now is patiently wait for your return.
Wow. When damage is taken, physical damage, spell power, attack speed, critical chance increased by 5%. You deal increased damage to 4 dweller enemies. Critical hits restore health and mana. Increases critical chance. And more damage to 4 dwellers. Attacks have a chance to blind. Well. We're going. That's it. This is the moment. Undying Watch, Giant Club. Giant's Club isn't too heavy. I thought it would be heavier. Wow. Oh, there it is. Arthur's memory. Oh no, my game saves are bugged. I'm gonna have to redo this. Oh no. Okay, I'll redo it quickly. Okay, I'm back here. I did check some other parts of the dungeon. Only found some enemies. And some chests. Let's do this.
His burden, the man beneath the myth. I am the face that time forgot, the name that was never enough.
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them?
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit! You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
Oh, stop with your excuses already! You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. To Seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything. This land, it had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no way to save it.
You were right about Dalriata.
And what if my decision cost them the ability to grow? What if instead of helping them become better, I forced them to stay set in their ways? I may have been right about the diagnosis, but now I see that I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice.
What was that about giant children?
The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war, both for me and for the Del Rita.
I didn't expect Caradoc to care about something.
Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance.
What was that about Pendragons?
I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much blood as that of the Del Rita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four-Dwellers and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed. There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another ruin. I thought I was forging a future. I was just extending the fall.
So the crown, what do we do about giants?
Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions, destroyed. Why bother?
Wow, he's just giving up.
return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken?
Yes, I order you to march on Camelot. You will lead the Dalriata tribes. I'm gonna go with this one now.
The Dalrida have long been our allies. Through their eyes, we have watched your kingdom fall into corruption. Camelot will fall. Your will shall be done.
And in next playthrough, I'll choose something else. We'll see.
We are ready to begin the moot. We were only waiting for your return, once and future king. You were strong enough to walk the king's thread, and you conquered it. What is your will, my king? What decision have you made regarding the giants?
Giants will support your war. They will lead the Dalriata against the Camelot.
Glory be to you, once and future king. Fame and honor to you for all time. Thanks to you, Camelot will fall, and with it, the dead laws and the suppression of the Dalrida tribes. Thank you, my king, for your intervention. I, the voice of the Dalrida tribes, accept your decision with humility and gratitude.
The giants are marching on Camelot, and I suppose I should be glad, right? But I'm not. Not at all. How am I supposed to know they won't turn on us one day? The Stagfather was supposed to be our protector too, and he wiped out nearly my entire tribe. I'll never trust the giants. Not a chance.
So be it. My plans to rebuild the tribe must wait. But perhaps the Thoid scattered across the land will join our march. I only hope that many of us return home safely. Without Thoid blood, rebuilding a tribe as strong as we once were will be no easy task.
The king's decision pleases me greatly. My tribe will once again have the chance to prove itself in battle. Nothing stirs a Volkir's soul more than the chaos of true war. There, we shall be at our strongest. I only hope Camelot's armies have the courage to meet us in the field, instead of cowering behind their city walls and forcing us into some tedious siege.
Caradoc told me our last meeting place will be at the Charred Conclave. Before I do that, there was... I think it was here. One tomb. And there's another one. And I would like to find chicken in this chapter. And the owl lady. The lady with the mask. But we'll see. Let's do this now. A friend.
It is you. I wasn't expecting such a grandiose visit, my king. And I see that you were brought here by some lad. That's kind of you, stranger. But you'll have to pardon the mess. These halls ain't fit to welcome a king, nor the one who bears him within.
Who are you?
Ah, right. Sometimes I forget that not everything's as clear as it once was. Truth be told, I tend to lose sight of a few important things myself. But to the point, my name is Gavonin. I'm a craftsman, a blacksmith, and a keeper of this place. The pleasure is mine, kind lad. And your grace, of course.
What is this place?
This, kind lad, is the tomb of the knight who never came. There was once a grim legend that claimed this tomb was built out of fear. Fear of an ancient curse Morgana cast upon Arthur. She foretold that all the great knights who were denied the king's favour and honours would rise at the end of days as an army of the dead. They would march on Camelot, seize the capital, shatter the Round Table to dust, defile the royal relics, and from the ruins, forge a kingdom of their own. But those are just stories from the old days.
How do you know I carry the king?
This tomb opens only for two kinds of brave souls. Knights who were never granted a seat at the Round Table, and the king himself. I've been sitting here long enough to know what kind of knight visits the tomb. And your visit is unlike any other.
Can you leave the place?
No, I would cease to be. I'm bound here by an oath I made to his grace. The one who now dwells within you, but is perfectly fine. It is my home, and so it shall remain for all time.
You mentioned that you are a craftsman, blacksmith, and keeper of the place. What does it mean?
Anyone who finds their way here usually comes seeking eternal rest. And rest like that calls for a proper gravestone. I carve each one with my own chisel. They also bring battle-scarred equipment. My hammer mends what needs mending, so it will serve them well in the land of the dead. And the dead? Well, they need a keeper. Someone to watch over them when unrest stirs. Believe me, those who chase glory in life don't always lie in peace.
Do you need help?
Really kind of you, lad, but no. Or, well, maybe there is something. You see, I once made a habit of carving gravestones in advance, so that any knight arriving here could choose the one beneath which they'd rest for eternity. Unfortunately, I've misplaced me chisel. It slipped and fell all the way into the depths. Clang, clang, clang. If you could find it, I would be most grateful.
What about those who do not rest in peace?
If we do not speak of them, then we won't stir their slumber. The dead prefer silence. Best not to call their names.
So you're saying that nobody has visited the tomb all these years?
Aye. Few in nights these days, and even less knighthood to speak of. No wonder there's so few of them come. Such are the times we live in. Hope you find something worth your time.
Movement speed. Okay, let's go below. Butcher's Tool. Restores health after killing an enemy.
Kept us waiting. Your tombs gathered quite a lot of cobwebs and spiders. Best tidy up a little.
You were waiting for me?
Ah, of course. Of all the forgotten knights who never came, you stand closest to the king. When you finally join us, you'll tell us what it was like to hear his voice, to share so many battles by his side. I won't deny my envy, but in death, you'll be our equal. And then we'll speak as comrades.
You assume that I will fail and die?
I've no need. But yes, you're right. I suppose I had already decided your mission, whatever it may be, was bound to fail. Perhaps I was mistaken. Forgive me.
What are you doing here?
I've been resting in a tomb for the past 3 centuries, so not much, really. I've been resting in a tomb for the past 3 centuries, so not much, really. Unless, of course, you're pointing out that I'm not in my own grave. In which case, fair enough. But what can I say? I do enjoy the occasional posthumous strolls.
How did you die?
I came to this tomb of my own accord, as did many of us. I knew our time was drawing to a close. The gates opened, and so I entered. I had a few words with Govanon and then headed to the crypt prepared for me. With my own gravestone on my back, I treated it as my penance.
You mentioned penance. For what?
Sometimes, when men want something badly enough, they're capable of truly awful things. I killed 5 knights. Each one stood higher than me in the race for a seat at the round table. 4 I cut down during a tournament. The last I drowned in a river. He was drunk as a skunk, didn't even comprehend what was happening. Quite the burden to repent for, wouldn't you say?
What do you think of Govanon?
Fine lad. If someone's to watch over my corpse, I'm glad it's him. I imagine long ago he had more to do. It's been a while since anyone new passed through.
Sir Vas, the king and I want your service. Will you join us?
I see. You pity the wretch who never reached his dreams. How noble of you, truly. But I propose something fairer. Let's test it. Your cause, my worth. If I lose with dignity, I am all yours. If you still consider me a good candidate for service, but if you fall, then you'll lie in the tomb that's been waiting for you since before you drew your first breath. So, what do you say?
Yes.
Splendid. Let's begin. As I promised, I'll serve the 2 of you. Here is my oath. I shall be ready to fight at your side whenever you should call upon me. Thank you.
Summon Sir Vast. Crystal Crawler. Hey, there's a chisel. I saw that. I saw that.